so before we press play, and I say that because I always like to feel that you're here with me so we can enjoy music experiences together. When you listen to songs, never try to like solve them or figure them out right away. Sometimes just let the music and or the lyrics tell the story and you patiently wait as you learn. That's how I try to approach music. Just like movies, I don't like try to figure out the movie right away. Who's the killer? Who's this? Who's that? I let the movie tell me the story, and I follow along as I learn. So, just the words of wise to maybe try that. This is hopefully going to be a special reaction. It's by a Australian singer, songwriter, musician. Good day, oi, 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 Aussie, Aussie. um, Missy Higgins, and her song is called Scar. I haven't heard it before yet. I did react to her once before with another song, which I'll put that at the end of all this so you can go check that out. But let me give special thanks to who's making this possible. This reaction is due to one of my VIP eclectics. They are on my Patreon. I have about 3 or 4 spots left, people. With the VIP eclectics, you get 3 song requests included every month that I'll do for you. And this goes out to the awesome, the amazing. Oh, here she comes now. Rebecca Tracy. All right. So now Rebecca wanted to actually dedicate this to someone. So let me just bring that up real quick. She likes to dedicate this to Clint Shepard. And she wanted to say, this one's for you. So that's really, really thoughtful. So thank you, Rebecca, and dedicated to Clint. So here we go. Let's press play in 3, 2, 1. Boop. Piano.
He left a card, a bar of soap, and a scrubbing brush next to a knob. I said, use these down to your bones. And before I knew, I had shiny skin, and it felt easy being clean like him. I thought, this one knows better than I do. A triangle trying to squeeze through a circle. He tried to cut me so I'd fit. And doesn't that sound familiar? Doesn't that hit too close to home? Doesn't that make you shiver? The way things could have gone. And doesn't that feel peculiar? When everyone wants a little more. So that I do remember to never go that far. Could you leave me with a scar? Came with a bag of treats. She smelled like sugar and spoke like the scene. She told me, don't trust them, trust me. Then she pulled in my stitches one by one, looked at my insides, clicking her tongue, and said, this will all have to come undone. A triangle trying to squeeze through a circle. She tried to blind me so I'd fit. Doesn't that sound familiar? Doesn't that hit so close to home? Doesn't that make you shiver? The way things could have gone. And doesn't it feel peculiar? When everyone wants a little more. So that I do remember to never go that far. Could you leave me with a scar? Just in time, although my old self was hard to find. You can bathe me in your finest wine, but I'll never give you mine. Cause I'm a little bit tired of fearing that I'll be the bad fruit nobody buys. Tell me, did you think we'd all dream the same? And doesn't that sound familiar? Doesn't that hit too close to home? Doesn't that make you shiver? The way things could have gone. And doesn't it feel peculiar? When someone wants a little more, so that I do remember to never go that far. Could you leave me with a scar? Could you leave me with a scar? Could you leave me with a scar?
Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Overall, that felt so good to hear and see. Um, she's very talented. I mean, she can sing. I love her vocals. She was playing the piano very well, and then she started playing the guitar. Like I'm jealous. I can't play any instruments. This came in so softly. Did you ever feel like you're listening to like a slow moving story and it comes in really softly and gentle, and then all of a sudden the meaning comes in, and then there's things that you can say that sounds familiar, like it's almost like it's your story, or you're living through someone else's story, like it really takes you on a journey. That's what this felt like. Like, do you agree? What are your thoughts on that? um I like the tenderness that she gave it, and she was giving a very powerful message, but in a really loving and adoring way. Like it wasn't coming in hard. Um, so it took me a moment to figure out, but then I came to the conclusion that, scars is definitely highly metaphorical. Scars are like the things that we all experience through the trials and tribulations and the mistakes and the learning things that we have to figure out in life. So, she says like in the lyrics a lot, will you leave me with a scar? Like, you know, nothing's perfect in the world. Sometimes you also have to learn from things that are not good for you or bad for you to get to your own realization or what is the truth or what is better. And that can technically leave scars, not physical, but you know what I mean. Um, I feel that this could be inserted in so many different ways. It doesn't have to be anything specific. It could be relationships. You could go through a bad relationship and realize as time goes on what not to look for or what not to tolerate. Let's see if you get into a new relationship. I also feel like this can be, because I've heard songs like this before, this could be like because how you hear some musicians that have gone like independent, let's say, because they've had labels that try to conform them. It felt like this too, because she mentioned something in one of the lyrics, like trying to get a triangle through a circle. Now that physically, imagine that. I remember I remember when I was, took shapes and stuff back in grade school, because I can actually remember back to when I was 5 years old. So physically, a triangle through a circle, that's basically impossible, unless it's a tiny triangle. But let's say it's same size. But if you put that in a metaphorical sense, it's like you're trying to conform me and you're trying to mold me and bend me and push me into something that just doesn't fit. So in a label standpoint, that could be it. That happened with Courtney Hadwin. The label wanted her, I believe, to go pop, and they were trying to force that. And she didn't want to. She wanted to do her own thing and be like rocker chick, more like, so she wasn't going to conform. It feels like Missy Higgins is the same way. Or at least I feel that. And there's so many other things that I can't think of right away, where this song is like an anthem almost about being your own individual and not letting people try to peer pressure you to do this and do that and do this. But at the same time, there are things that you do go through and you have to. That just makes you stronger and better and more polished and seasoned and um, more experienced, and you get those scars. I like that. There was another song years ago called Scars. I can't think of that girl's name, but it was like Beauty Within the Scars. I forget, it was a popular name. If I remember it, flash it at the bottom when I do my editing. But anyway, what are your thoughts on what I've said so far? And please give your thoughts because on this channel, you matter. I might be totally wrong. Remember, I heard this for the first time, but some of you might have heard this many times. What is your perspective on this, or what do you know she wanted to come through in this? Is this a personal thing she wants to relay, or is this like an in general thing for everyone to experience? Um, like I definitely feel that this song also represents and people blowing up my phone. Sometimes it's my wonderful fantastics, but like I feel that this song can represent empowerment, self-acceptance. You know, we all have flaws and all. Well, none of us are perfect, but we can be more aware of things to avoid or things to not tolerate. Some things it may be hard to realize that until it's after the fact. But then there's some things that are like beacons and red flags right away. Don't do this, don't go there, stuff like that. Those are the things definitely be mindful of and avoid by all means necessary. But yeah, I feel that this is anthemic of empowerment and self-acceptance. That's something that we all should strive to do because we should always, all of us, want to protect ourselves. What are your thoughts on that? So yeah, very, very, very impressive. I like that. So I don't know what else to say except replayability meter. Is this a song I would listen to again and again, possibly put on my playlist drum rolls? Yes, definitely, definitely, definitely. How did you feel about it? If you like that, if you want, I want to see you in the comments because I can't see you, but I can see what you write. If you thought this song was fire, I want you to do a fire emoji in the comments. It also lets me know you got this damn far in my reaction. Okay, don't be zippity doo dying through. um, thumbs up, passive. I like the song. Thumbs down, ask if I don't like a song. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. I also like too because she's an Australian. I could hear her accent sometimes that she was singing, and I particularly love that because some people, when they have accents, when they sing, it like goes away. But then there's some that I've heard where I still hear an accent when they're singing or talking, and I like that because it just, for me, it makes it extra special and unique. Of course, people in Australia won't hear her accent because to them, they don't have an accent. Just like me, I'm in the United States on the East Coast. Sometimes people say I have an accent. Of course, I don't hear that because I've lived my life and had my voice since I can remember. Anyway, if you want to watch the other one that I reacted to of hers, like when it was for the first time I heard her, check out right there. I want you to all have the day that you deserve. You deserve it. Please always check out my community post tab as well. You never know when I might have contests up there, polls. I always like to have my viewers inclusive in the channel because you mean a lot to me. Take it easy and keep it breezy. And go Phillies, Clint.